Shalom, shalom. We the Hebrew Israelites, the Chicago branch, coming to you week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of America. But before we get started, like always, we want to send all praises, honor, and glory out to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, HaKadosh.
To the apostles and elders of GMS out of New York, we send double honors because they do rule well. Like I said, for the brothers around the world pushing this truth uncut, unfiltered, giving you the good, the bad, and the ugly of the scriptures, correctly breaking down the prophecies and interaction with people and planet, declaring warning, we send salutations. We hope this is edifying. And like I said, for you two-third Israelites that want to be in the midst of this man's kingdom, this his era, Ion or Eon or whatever is how you pronounce it, you're in the last of it. This is that time of Jacob's trouble. If you can't see that, then guess what? You don't know it's going to get worse. So we don't even need to talk to you about it.
That's it.
Go ahead, on.
And this thing is winding down, man, through the spirit. If you can't see it now, you ain't gonna never see it.
Right.
All right?
Yeah.
For the brothers that's been out there laboring, hey, keep on laboring. This is no time to be falling short. And then for the newcomers, hey, all hands are still on deck. This is your time to get something in, hey, to seal your faith. Because the Lord is coming back to reward everybody according to their works. Remember that? Now go to Matthew, the 20th chapter, and start from the first verse. All right? This is Matthew's 21 verse 1. And when they drew nigh unto Jerusalem and were come to Beth 20 and 1. Matthew 20 verse 11. This is Matthew's 20 verse 1. For the kingdom of heaven is like unto a man that is a householder which went out early in the morning to hire laborers into his vineyard. And when he had agreed with the laborers for a penny a day, he sent them into his vineyard. And he went out about the third hour and saw others standing idle in the marketplace. And he said unto them, Go ye also into the vineyard, and whatsoever is right I will give you. And they went their way. Right. So going all the way back with the apostles, right? Go back 20, 30 years. Going all the way back to Abba Bivens, right? They've been laboring. They've been laboring. Looking for workers standing around idle. Come to the labor. And we're going to get that reward, man, which is going to be the kingdom of heaven, right? That's what we're working towards. In this parable, you know, is comparing that to that penny, right? So let's stay in it. It's going to be verse 6, verse 5. Again, he went out about the 6th and 9th hour, and did likewise. And about the 11th hour, he went out and found others standing idle, and said unto them, Why stand ye here all the day idle, Salakia? They say unto him, Because no man hath hired us. He saith unto them, Go ye also into the vineyards, and whatsoever is right, that ye shall receive. Right. So we're still gathering people, so to speak, but the elect got to be almost sealed, man. The prophecies are happening faster and faster, right? So there's no time to be idle, man. All right. That's the point of this lesson. Right. There's no time to be idle. We're calling as many laborers to get in while they still can, because when Yahushai closed that door, that's it, man. Once the angels let go of them four winds, that's it. This is the time to labor. This is the time to work, because this thing is winding down. Go ahead.
This is Luke 10 and 2. Therefore said he unto them, The harvest truly is great, but the laborers are few. Pray ye therefore the Lord of harvest that he would send forth laborers into his harvest. So this is what we're doing. We out here now collecting the last of the elect per the instructions of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. This is what we out here doing. Like I said, and because of the fact that we're gonna come across so many people in the process of, whether it be the internet or just walking through, then what's gonna happen is probably every 50, 60, maybe 100 persons that we wind up hearing and condemn, there might be one that's in the midst of that. Maybe. On a good day or whatnot. But like I said, but then we get these people that come up and stand up here, they hear it sounds good, it touches something because it's the truth.
Right.
But then they don't make no action behind it. And all they did now was keep codes to themselves. Okay? Because now you go, when you try to say you don't know, that conversation comes up. Go ahead, Al.
I got one back here too. This Hebrews 4 and 10. I'm gonna read and 11. Hold on, let me check out 9 real quick. Let me double check. You know what? I'm gonna start at 9. So, sorry, 8. It's Hebrews 4 and 8. It says, "For if Yahweh Shai had given them rest, then he would not afterward have spoken of another day." And see, because what we laboring for is the kingdom. When you the labor is just another word for like a workman, you know.
Right.
So we putting in the work to get to the kingdom. It says, "There remaineth therefore rest to the people of Yahweh, for he that have entered into his rest have also ceased from his own works, as Yahweh did from his." So you got people who basically put the plow down, they stop, like how Pops is talking about Jacob's trouble. Basically, we laboring to get out of Jacob's trouble, so the Lord will defend us, you know. But they said fuck it. They put the plow down, stop. And that's scary, man, because this shit ain't even started yet. It says, "Let us labor, therefore, to enter into that rest, lest any man fall after the same example of unbelief."
And that's really what it boils down to, man. Is your faith strong enough? Because if you stop laboring, you're basically saying, hey, you know, this thing ain't gonna happen. I'm wasting my time. That's what it really shows. But to constantly come out here and we use the examples of the apostles of GMS in New York. Hey, 30 plus years strong and still going strong. Hey, that's incredible faith. That's an incredible example, right? That's an incredible amount of work. All right, let's go back to this.
This is verse 8. "So when even was come, the Lord of the vineyard said unto his steward, Call the laborers and gave them their hire, beginning from the last unto the first."
Right, so even mentioning the apostles again, from their time to the brothers that's just coming in, or just getting this understanding and repenting and coming back to your how about Shemi Awashai, if you meant to be the elect, we all gonna get the same reward.
Right.
And that's a beautiful thing. All right? The apostles ain't trying to block people from getting to the kingdom. They're laboring to bring in more people to the kingdom. All right? As many as can be brought in, right? It's a certain number. But at the end of the day, if you're meant to make it and you're a part of this election, hey, whether it was 30 years ago or 2 weeks ago, you're going to get that same reward. All right? Let's finish it off.
And when they came, that they were hired about the 11th hour, they received every man a penny. But when the first came, they supposed that they should have received more. And they likewise received every man a penny. And when they had received it, they murmured against the goodman of the house, saying, murmured against the water, saying, "These last have wrought but 1 hour, and thou hast made them equal unto us."
That's the wrong spirit to be in. All right? I've been in this thing a good amount of time. I've seen brothers come in, right, and be fast-tracked into a high position right away because they had, maybe a double portion of the spirit,
right,
had understanding quicker, where we might have had in the old time had to labor to get it. Right. They got it like that.
Right.
But like I said, at the end of the day, it's still, if you're part of that number, it's salvation. Right. And that's what you should be worried about. All right?
Yeah. You got a lot of people who just like, as weird as it sounds, I just use the word, they just covetous. Covetous, it's either they covetous or they proud, because at the end of the day, what did was it King David say? I just want to look, I'll be a doorman in the kingdom, man.
That's it.
We just try, look, it doesn't matter how we really get there, we just trying to get there. It ain't about being the elder, being the that, everybody wants to be that guy. Everybody wants to really be that guy, but they don't want to be that guy. You got people who talk all this shit about the apostles, but you're not gonna go do what the apostles did.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like shit, carrying them big ass cameras, going to the library, reading books. It's like you not gonna go do that. At least the average person, you know, these niggas ain't. They not.
Hey, we had the example of nigga Nasty Nas right here in Chicago, man. He got everything he asked for, but he did what? He stopped labeling. So you had people coming to his page, where, you know, Shalom, where the videos.
Right.
You know, he took a year hiatus, man.
Exactly. Yeah, we talked about that. It's just funny you mentioned it. We did though. You know, he wanted to be the top dog, but it's like you can't be the top dog in GMS because that's already been established. But he wound up being the top dog of Tried and Refined, and he let it fall away. So how you going to be the top dog of a worldwide thing because GMS is worldwide, and you couldn't even handle the number of people that was coming on your page giving you accolades and all the other shit that you claimed. But I mean, that's why I watched his head blow up when he started getting the accolades, when he started saying people recognized him,
Right.
this, that, and the other.
I remember Elder Malcolm had said it. He said like even in the army, he was like just being like a not a general. What's the next one lower? Like the people who like they right above the foot soldiers.
Right.
Okay.
Like not cap. I think you would say
Sergeants.
Sergeants. Yes, like sergeants and captains. But those are still super honorable positions because it's like you put in that work, man.
Well, look, like I said, since you mentioned that, sergeants actually run most of your branches. Okay, sergeants actually run the branches and whatnot. You know, because like I said, you got your foot soldiers, but then you got that they like that mid management clique. They're part of the mid management clique. I'll take that, but that's part of the mid management clique, and this is what they do. Okay, and that's what we're looking to do. We're hoping to be part of the mid management of the kingdom of Yahweh Bashim Shah. You know, because we know we ain't the top dog. That's already taken. Yahweh Shah already got that locked.
And we not covering that spot
Exactly.
either, man. Those men was raised up for that spot for a certain purpose, and they fulfilling that role.
That's right.
You know? But let me give this precept. 1 Timothy 5:17. That the elders that rule be counted worthy of double honor, especially they who labor in word and doctrine. For the scripture saith, thou shalt not muzzle the ox that treadeth out the corn. And the labor is worthy of his reward.
Right.
So you can't say these men, you know, aren't worthy of reward. They haven't earned their spot. There ain't Johnny come lately's. They put in major work. All right? They labored so we can understand.
Right.
You see? And all the other camps, you know, I think back in the day, since I've been in this, the camps out in GMS Boston, camps out in Atlanta, camp down in Dallas, camps have been around for a while, you know, they all spawned off hearing what? The labors of the apostles.
Yep.
Which spawned us. You see?
I got a scripture for you. This is Isaiah 30 and 20. And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers. So see, this is a scripture that broke down that there was going to be a rank and file. It was going to be in place even when the end comes into play, and that you weren't going to be able to break that rank and file. Why? Because our teachers were still going to be out there.
They was going to be seen. Keyword seen. Because you got certain slick guys. I remember when they first fell out, they be like, oh, I don't got to teach on camera. I just go out and teach. But they say you're going to be seen.
Right.
And the best way to be seen is using what? You know, the unicorn, the
Right.
internet.
Right.
That goes out all over the world. Brothers see this, and guess what? The spirit comes on them, right? First and foremost, to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, and they walk in the same stead.
Right. So see, these teachers will go be out here. They'll go be out here until the last days, into the last days, doing the work, and you was going to wind up coming into their work, okay? Which is their work comes away from Yahweh Shai's work. So we all building on the same thing. Yahweh Shai is that cornerstone that everybody that's seeking true salvation is going to have to be built on for it to stand when this shit hits.
I think the scriptures talk about that vineyard. You got one person who plants the seeds. Yeah, you may not be that hell. It may take 30, 40 years for them seeds, for the vineyard to really come to its fullness. And then you got the husbandmen that come in and, till everything.
Hey, what it says, Paul planted, Apollo waters.
Yep.
But Yahweh Shai gives the increase. Okay? So you gonna try to supersede that and jump up there and come up by the sheepfold. You trying to go around. You can't do that. You can't do that. Your salvation can't. If you base your salvation on it, then that's false in itself. That's going to fall apart because it didn't come through the way the scripture said it was going to come through. It wasn't going to be in place. It wasn't going to be established. It wasn't going to be on point the way the scripture said it would be. So to try to go any other way is to try to come up by some other way. Through you ain't trying to come through the straight door. You're not trying to come up. You're trying to come sideways. Go ahead, whatever you got. Okay.
This is
Go ahead.
I could back you up what you were saying. This is John 10:1. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way, is the same as a thief and a robber. So,
okay. Go ahead. You want to
no,
break
I was
it down?
going to say that basically anyone that tries to come another way, the Lord said that you're a thief and a robber, man. Because there's only one way, there's only one path to enter into the kingdom of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai.
It's through Yahweh Shai, because another thing is too, people don't really want to give the glory to Yahweh Shai, but Yahweh Shai is the one that has to confess your name to the Father in order for you to be saved. If your name don't go through Yahweh Shai, you ain't gonna make it.
Right. So they're not dealing with the idea of even getting a true understanding. Yeah, we talk about labor, we talk about work, we talk about this, but it's still counted as a filthy rag, and all these things. And if you're part of the elect, you can't get pulled out of the election's sake. And if you're not part of the election, you can't be put in it. Okay? But what the election was going to be doing is learning this knowledge on some level or teaching it on some level. Okay? Sincerely. The key word being sincerely. Because we have motherfuckers that can flip these scriptures and jaw jack them,
Right.
and put them together like a jigsaw puzzle. But their life was scattered and still in the world. You know what I'm saying? You have a dime,
they drawn right back out of this thing.
Right.
His brother had brought out a scripture and saying basically, if you enter into your rest, you basically fall into unbelief.
Right.
You stop laboring. So it works hand in hand. You really can't have one without the other. Faith without works is dead.
Yeah, right.
So a man is showing you his faith by his works. Somebody want to grab that?
I'm grabbing it now. Faith without works.
And there really is no other way to get to the kingdom but by, hey, you got to work, man. You got to sacrifice. This is 2 Ezra 7:3.
I got that when you're ready.
He says, and I said, speak on my power. Then said he unto me, the sea is set in a wide place, that it might be deep and great. But put the case to the entrance were narrow like a river. Who then could go into the sea to look up on it? And the sea is dealing with the kingdom of heaven, right? Which means to get to this place, you're going to have to go through certain things.
The straight gate, a
That's
hard
it.
way.
That's it.
You know, when we say straight, we're not talking about a straight road, but even though we got to kind of walk the straight and narrow, which means we got to walk a hard road, and it's going to be narrow. The scripture says it's like entering into a kingdom where you got fire on one side and water on the other.
That's it. That's it. He said, if he went not through the narrow, how could he come into the broad? So if you can't go through the hard time, that narrow, straight road, that position of difficulty, you're basically not going to get this great reward, such as the penny, the salvation, the kingdom of heaven, all symbolizing the same thing without going through this fire first. All right? That's a part of it. And a lot of people don't want to go through it. They want it nice and easy. And that's just not how this thing is designed. It's not designed like that. It says, there is also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field and full of good things. Right? The entrance thereof is narrow and set in a dangerous place to fall.
Right.
Like as if there were fire on the right hand and on the left a deep water.
So you got to picture that. I can't help his balance. He can't help mine. Him. This is a real narrow thing, and you got fire on one side, water on the other. So you know, as they say, the fire make you lean one side, and you hit the water, and it's deep, and you drown. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So basically, it's a hard place, and you got to find your balance, and that's what we talk about all the time. A false balance is an abomination to the Lord. So you got to have a certain amount of confidence. But the Lord said, if you glory in anything, glory in knowing Him. Okay, if you're going to glory in anything, so you have that part of it, but then you got to be humble because He says he's not dealing with anybody that's got a prideful nature. The Lord ain't dealing with that either. So you see, and all the guys I've ever watched, they wind up getting popped off and kicked out. It's been on pride. That has been the underlying with all of them. It's been pride.
Yeah. What I see, absolutely. You can't get around it. The Lord is like, who the hell are you?
That's
How's
it.
earth and ashes?
Pride. How's earth and ashes? Pride. That's
it.
right.
You got something?
Yeah.
This Philippians 2:12. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in absence.
And that's an important statement that he's making right here, man. Because that's going to go even a triple double when we go into this real Jacob's trouble right here, man.
Right.
Even the brothers in this truth, when you can't turn on the apostles on YouTube when they shut down, when you can't get to your camp leader when that's cut off, and it's just you and the wisdom and knowledge that you got through the How About You Shai, and you got to rely on that.
And the faith.
And that's, he says, much more in his absence. What are you going to do? So read it again.
This is Philippians 2:12. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling.
Right. When I'm not around, are you doing the right things? Are you practicing the right habits? Because if you can't do that now, when the pressure's not really on, what you going to do when the pressure is on? When the whole world is basically going to shit, man.
And it's life and death.
And it's life and death. You're going to have to make the right decisions.
That's it.
See?
There's Ecclesiasticus 2:1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. And many men think that coming to serve the Lord, that you're just going to receive good. That, this is going to be an easy path. It's not. The Lord, it talks about it in Job, when Job said, shall we receive the good and the evil too? You know? We're going to go through things to make it into the kingdom of Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. If I could back you up, Elder, that book, the second Esdras you were reading. There's Matthew 7:13. Enter ye at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. And many there be which go thereat, because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. So it's like the elder was reading that scripture, is that narrow path, and only one man could go at a time, man. Ain't no another man gonna help you out in your salvation, man. It's your path.
Because see, what you got to understand and deal with and accept is this. Since the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, pursuant to Job 9:24, there are cliche sayings that you done heard all your life that actually sets your ass up for this destruction.
They giving you the broad way.
That's right.
Which many is gonna find it and be the short.
Right.
Go ahead.
Yeah, because you see, when you hear a statement like "be open-minded," okay, so now let's deal with that. The scripture says in Job 9:24 that the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, but then that give you a cliche saying, "Be open-minded." So my mind should be open to all the wickedness that's on this planet. There's the broad way that's going to lead to destruction. Why? Because my mind is open to Job 9:24 that the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. So if you take it and flip that back, you can go all the way back to Genesis 6:5, and it tell you that all the man's imagination was continually wicked. So how you gonna have your mind open to this shit? You gotta shut it down and find and realize what's good and hold on to that according to the scriptures. Because if they tell you that this college education and this, that, and other is going to be the thing that you want to hold on to, the Lord said, I'm not giving it to the so-called wise men of this world. So that throws that out the window.
Even with Adam and Eve, it said they ate that fruit and then their eyes were open.
Right.
Shit, they should.
Right. Their eyes was open to the wickedness. They understand wickedness now. So and think about it. It says their eyes was open. They clothed themselves. They made aprons. Okay. So now they sewing this wickedness together, hiding themselves. So now they sowing this wickedness. They so wicked that by the time you get to the 6th chapter, the 5th verse of Genesis, the earth is continually wicked.
Real quick.
Go ahead.
Jeremiah 17:9. The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked.
Desperately wicked.
Who can know it?
So you don't even know your own mind. Hey, the old song about to get old boys, your mind is playing tricks on you. Your mind will have your ass fucked up and out there and twisted up and whatnot. And then when the Lord clean it all up and put you back in your right mind as he destroying your ass, you trying to figure out, why the fuck did I do all that shit in the first place?
Yeah, you got them fucking, a lot of them, you got a lot of these fanooks that fucking just, I heard it like a few times, they just say like, man, I know I'm doing wrong, but the only thing that's really gonna save me is death. They understand, like they understand that enough to know where it's like, I gotta die in order to be put back in the right mind.
Yeah. This is a bugged out kingdom, and it's designed to get worse.
Yeah.
And it's going to get worse. The time of Jacob's trouble says it's going to be a time that you've never seen before. Okay, and listen, and we done seen people. We done watch reading these scriptures. We done watch ladies make deals to eat their kids. We done watch this Edomite take Israel and isolate his ass for 4 years. Started in 66, was over with in 70. So that's 4 years of isolation to bring Jerusalem down, the siege of Jerusalem. Okay? They took the gold and started building the Roman Colosseum with it and all these other kinds of shit. So y'all don't understand what we've seen. Okay? And the book was written to bring it all back to remembrance for us. And that's what we're doing now. We bring in a covenant per Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua that was placed on us, back to us in remembrance, and it's going to be perfected when he put it in our inward parts. Go ahead, Doc, whatever you got.
This is Ecclesiastes 7:29. It says, "Lo, this only have I found that the Most High have made man upright,
Right.
but they sought out many inventions."
Many inventions. Hey,
And it's really backing up what you said, that we're longing for the Lord to give us that new heart, that
Right.
new heart of flesh, take out this stony heart.
because we know this wickedness. We can see it. People that held this wickedness so long that they actually tired of it that they don't even know how to let it go.
Yeah,
Like that's wild as fuck. They don't even know how to let it go.
it's just increasing.
They don't know how to let it go. You ask the average person, do you think they're in the last days? They'll tell you, yeah. So if we're in the last days, what you gonna do about it? I don't know. Well, if we give you the escape hatch, where you take it? What I gotta do? Well, you gotta renounce this world. You can't take the RFID chip, which means you're probably not gonna be able to eat or have a roof over your head. What that one guy was standing here talking about last week about his kids, all he could think about was his kids.
That's it. And that's by taking the zombie juice.
That's his
If
honor.
he can't refuse that, he's definitely not going to refuse that mark.
That's it.
You got something, brother?
Yeah. There's Psalms 82 and 5. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth
Hey, you
are
know
out
what?
of course.
Read that from 1 real quick. You start at 1.
Start verse 1.
Yeah.
This is Psalms 82 and 1. God standeth in the congregation of the mighty. He judgeth among the gods. How long will ye judge unjustly and accept the persons of the wicked? Selah.
Yeah, Pops just asked that question, man. Like, are y'all gonna take that escape hatch? A lot of motherfuckers are just gonna go left, man. In the last days, a lot of these people are just gonna. The scriptures call it it's incredulity. Well, they just gonna abound in their wickedness, man. They gonna say fuck it, and then I think it's Revelation 9 at the very end. They just gonna curse the Most High
Yep.
and get their ass smoked.
Yep.
Because these people really, realistically, Lord don't want everybody. I mean, it's only for the 144,000 and 1/3. But these people, they know what Esau knows what righteousness is. They programmed to go left, and they gonna do what they programmed to do.
Right.
Keep going up.
Go ahead.
Verse 3. Defend the poor and the fatherless. Do justice to the afflicted and needy.
And see, this world actually to increase in this world, you got to go do just the opposite.
Got to.
You got to get over on your brother. You got to tell lies. You got to be wicked.
You gotta be wicked as fuck. And if you call yourself trying to be part of the entertainment industry, you gotta be wicked on a whole different level.
Mm-hmm.
That's why so many of them are so fucked up now, because of the fact they done had to do shit that they would have never thought. It never crossed their mind. It never entered their mind that they were about to go there. And they went there, and now they demons. The demons that they had, the escalated and went up.
That's why you see big time actor, singer, musician, millions of motherfucking dollars go kill themselves. People be like, damn, why they do that? Because, like the elder just said, man, you don't know what it took to get that, man.
And Dave Chappelle said it when he was doing that interview years ago. He was like, strong people in Hollywood. They deal on this, they deal on that, blah, 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 this, that, and other. Mariah Carey inks $100 million deal, and then she goes and get naked on TR or whatever it is, where she got sat down in the damn tub and whatnot with a towel on, and this, that, and the other, and blah, blah, blah. He was like, and he said basically, these some strong people. So the environment got motherfuckers fucked up. You got Martin running around talking about they trying to kill him.
Mm-hmm. Is everybody crazy?
Everybody crazy. Yeah, don't be dismissive. They said they told me they said he was crazy because he didn't want to take the $50 million deal because he had a $500 million deal that was sitting on the table.
And then,
y'all told me this. I said okay. I rolled with it. It produced $500 million for me. Now y'all want to try to give me 10% of that. Hold on, this was my shit. I wrote it. Y'all executive produced it. All y'all did was put the money to it.
then he left. He took his hiatus, and all of a sudden he comes back out the shadows, gets a Netflix deal. This a lot of you motherfuckers are gonna fold, man. Cause keep reading that, brother.
How motherfuckers go forward, basically.
Verse 4.
Hold on, yeah, they go fold. But let me. I'm gonna read an account of a person that didn't fold. Okay. This is Maccabees, 2 Maccabees 6. I'm going to start at 18. Eleazar, one of the principal scribes, an aged man and of a well-favored countenance, was constrained to open his mouth and to eat swine's flesh. But he choosing rather to die gloriously. Now see, this is simple as not eating pork. Something as simple as not eating pork. And here's how flabbergasting that is to our people. I flip the corner every morning, whether it's on 79 or 76.
Oh, they out there.
Get ready to hit the expressway, and they got pork spots on both them corners. 3 blocks away from each other. Maxwell Polish spots.
Right.
And you better believe every motherfucking morning they work it. Actually, I take that back. There's been a couple mornings when nobody was out there, and I was like, oh, snap. So they only cooking the abomination of the desolation of abomination of desolation. But nobody was there to get it. But there's been some other nights. Oh my God. You think it was a party at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, at 2 o'clock in the morning when I'm leaving out for the job.
I know, man. My cousin fucking, her whole plan was to come and visit the family. And like after the family thing, you know, you say your hellos and all that shit. Polish.
Maxwell Polish. See what I'm saying? But here's a man that's saying at 90 years old, he didn't want to deal with it, okay? One of the principal scribes, an aged man of a world-favored countenance, was constrained to open his mouth to eat swine flesh. But he choosing rather to die gloriously than to live stained with such an abomination. Spit it forth and came to his own account to the torment.
Oh yeah, because you know what? Hey, his name, we recounting his name right now. Eliezer, he's got a good name amongst us and in the heavens. See, a lot of these motherfuckers, their name is going to be tarnished. You know?
Their name ain't written in the book of life.
Yeah.
So that's destruction.
That's it. They gonna be, they forgotten about, man.
That's
They
it.
gonna be destroyed.
Hey, because on the flip side, like today's standard of that, what do you got these guys telling you? Stick your arm out. Go ahead and do it, man. Go ahead and let these guys give it to you, man. You want to eat, don't you?
Hey, you know what? No, seriously. I had this conversation with someone today, literally at the job. I hadn't seen him in a minute. Hey man, how you doing? Blah 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 blah. This, that, and other. And like you said, let me be subject to agreeing with you, so I can see where your head is at.
Yeah.
And in a nutshell, he the reason that you had vaccines ever since you was a kid. You eat booty, you do this, you do that, you do this, blah, 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 blah. He done ran it all, he done lumped all this shit together. You're not dealing with the fact that this ain't your, first of all, yeah, I'm going to say it this way, because I know I just did a slip with the word. I'm going to say it this way. I never participated in something that after I participated, I could still get it. That was the whole purpose of the participation, so I wouldn't get it.
Most what they talking about with the zombie juice, if it's an official real jab, they're supposed to have something called sterilizing immunity. Meaning if you get it, you done. You can't get it no more. But with this thing, it's an ongoing process. Every 6 months, every 5 months, you got to get a new one and a new one. And that's what they're really doing. They're setting a precedent where, hey, to have this job, to enter this building, to go to this restaurant, you got to let us put our shit in your body. That's basically what they said.
Basically, look, we don't know what the tolerance levels are going to be, so we need to be able to pump enough shit in you to twist your ass up. Okay? What'll take him out may not take me out. So 3 in him, 9 in me.
Hey, that's what you even in the Maccabees, if I'm not mistaken, with Antiochus, he was trying to get all these people to bow down to this altar, man. Worship these idols, denounce your God, and basically render yourself over. And that's basically what they telling you to go do now. Look, man, let us go ahead and make you our property. You're gonna render yourself over, and this is really the beginning of the yeah.
Exactly. This is what this is. They don't see
don't
that.
even see it.
Yep.
Like
Gross blindness.
I was gonna say in the ancient world, they would be shit be on fire, tearing up shit. You know, people going crazy.
You said it though, Pop. Like damn, it slipped my mind, but you said it though. Like, can't really get mad at these people because these people, a lot of y'all belong to Caesar, man. Yep. I mean, everything, the Lord made everything, but right now you motherfuckers belong to Caesar, man.
That's it. 2/3 I designed. 2/3 of his own people are designed for Caesar for missile fire.
Yep. Fertilizer.
That's it. Burn up in the ozone. Burn up and go up in the ozone. Whatever y'all got, bring out.
I'm gonna keep reading on here.
Go ahead.
There's Psalms 82:4. Deliver the poor and needy. Rid them out of the hand of the wicked. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course.
Yep. And here it is. This man got you about to fucking sign your life off for fucking a job making $30,000 a year. You about to sign yourself off in this life and the next.
Hey, that's exactly what that's what old boy said. He said, "Who wants to walk away from $32 an hour?" See what I'm saying? He hears $32 an hour. I hear a penny in the scripture, and I want that penny. Nigga, you crazy?
Nigga, it's $32. Look how long it took you. I had to work to get this.
The guy that he sold all he had to go buy that field, he don't realize what this is.
Exactly.
He see this place going on, continuing forever. Somebody grab that.
Yeah.
He in the same mindset of Esau.
Right?
He don't see this place going down. So in his mind, oh, that's $32 an hour. I'm gonna be there another 30 years. I'm gonna have a pension. I'm gonna retire. All this fucking nonsense is because he's deeply ingrained in this world, man. That's why
Man.
the Lord said He chosen a certain amount of number out of this world. Right? You got it? Go ahead. I got Hebrews. Bring that out. Hebrews 13 and 14. For we have no continuous city. I'm gonna read them. Hebrews 13 and 14. For we have no continuous city, but we seek one to come. All right? So like the brother was saying, hey, fuck that $32 an hour. All right? Hey, you got to give up your whole life for that shit, man. All right? You bound down to Esau New World Order for that shit, man. All right? Instead of seeking salvation. All right? Because a lot of people don't believe. They don't believe that this place got to go, man. All right? Not a lot of people have that faith, man.
Right.
All right? And you got some problems.
Not really.
Right. You know, not a lot of people believe that the Lord is coming back. Their faith is all in America, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like that's complete wickedness, man. All right. Every time in the scriptures, because the scriptures about us, all right, the Lord always delivered us from our captives, man. How much more now? This is our last captivity, man. You telling me you can't give up everything this one last time? All right.
Right. Well, no, they can't. They can't give it up because of the fact that if they get because if they give it up, then that means that they have to concede the fact that this man's kingdom is going to bottom out, and they don't understand that all kingdoms have bottomed out. The only kingdom that ever was promised that was going to be forever was the kingdom of heaven. So I'm gonna get this. This is Proverbs 29 and 18. Where there is no vision, the people perish. But he that keepeth the law, happy is he. So where there's no vision, these people are going to perish. They do perish because of the fact that they don't have an understanding of the resurrection. They don't have an understanding of reincarnation. They don't have an understanding that this spirit doesn't get dissolved and no more. They hear scriptures like vapor and all this other kind of stuff and think that it's dissolved and they know more and this, that, and other. And because their memories are wiped from lifetime to lifetime because of the fact that you wouldn't be able to take it if you saw a motherfucker to cut your rod off 2 lifetimes ago. Hey, that'd be an automatic. That's an automatic. I'm going to the joint. He can't even figure out why his throat was cut. Yeah, no, because you cut my dick 2 lifetimes ago. See what I'm saying? So that's why you don't have no remembrance. But see, in the kingdom, we're gonna have all those things. Go ahead, Al.
If you think about it, when you look at the time of Noah, you know, the sons of God, the Lord's Spirit, 8 souls and their wives, man. All right, the Lord took out everybody, you know, except the ones that He had mercy on. All right, then you have when the Babylonians sacked the temple, they enslaved Jake, they slaughtered Jake, 71 AD.
70 AD.
66 to 71 AD. You know, slaughtered our people, man. All right, you look at the transatlantic slave trade, man, the Arab slave trade. All right, the Punic Wars, the Solution Wars, all the times when our people just getting straight slaughtered, bro. And now you got this lifetime. In Daniel 12 and 1, it says a time like never before.
Right.
All right, so Jacob's trouble is going to eclipse slavery, all that shit, bro. And you niggas, if you think about it, you niggas keep coming back just to get destroyed. That shit fucks with my mind. Like, you niggas keep coming back just to get destroyed. Like, you niggas predestined to get destroyed.
They are. They predestined.
Yeah.
They can't work their way out of this. They can't James Brown their way out of this.
What they say in 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter, they were born in vain.
That's it, born in vain.
Born to die, basically.
Brute beast made to be taken and destroyed.
That's it.
And people, I was telling some fucking heathen this shit last night, man. The potter has power over the clay, man. I was like, it fucked. This heathen was fucked up behind it. I'm like, look, man, the Lord made people to just be the wicked and the righteous.
And some are made to be destroyed.
Everybody
period.
got a role to play. Somebody got to be right. Somebody got to be wicked.
That's it.
This 2nd Ezra 9 and 22. Let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain. Let my
Really? She about to pull out a gun and shoot at him.
just drive off.
They didn't hit it.
Niggas. See, there's born in vain right there.
I'm gonna read the precept. We're gonna continue because there was a nigga almost got put to death. I'm sad you did. Verse 22, let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain, and let my grape be kept, and my plant, for which great labor have I made it perfect, man. All right? Hey, so you niggas was born to get destroyed, man, like them niggas. All right? You niggas keep coming back just to get destroyed. Cause you,
As a matter of fact, it's funny that you say that because, see, when this shit hit the fan, some shit like that, she gonna say, really? Really? And the
Pow.
people gonna pull this shit out. Yeah!
Hey, shit, bitch, you put one in the orders room. The nigga was like, man, I'm out the cot now. All you heard was, and that motherfucker, he was shooting at him slow. He was like, fact. And dude was like, ah!
Melt. I'm melting like the fucking Wicked Witch of the West.
And then what's so epic is bitch got hit the spear and put it on this woman to film the whole thing.
Wow, watch him get smoked on.
But that's judgment, man. That's what's coming to this place. Cause the niggas don't want to, like, we tell you what to do to avoid the judgment, but hey, it's only for the righteous.
Right.
The righteous are gonna be like, you know what? I don't want no parts of that. Wicked niggas think it ain't gonna happen, like, oh, it ain't gonna happen, man. And that's what's so fucking fucked up about this kingdom. Everybody believe these niggas so goddamn proud. Everybody believe they the toughest motherfucker, that they ain't gonna die, nothing can happen to them. Life is gonna go on forever.
I got the parable the elder was talking about. Since you said that.
Man, these mother bees love you, brother.
And the bees like, hey, we dying. The bees like, we ready to die. We ready to die.
They're gonna read the scripture
read
with me.
that parable, then we're gonna wrap it up.
God. This is
No, we okay. Hey, no, they smell this juice. My bad.
oh shit, Sluggy. I just had it. Hold on, Sluggy.
You got something?
I got it.
Yeah, he got it.
I got it. This is Luke 12 and 18. And he said, this is what I do. I will pull down my barns and build greater, and there will I bestow all my fruits and my goods.
Right, I make $32 an hour. I got a government pension. I'm in the union. I'm guaranteed this. Bullshit. Keep going.
And I will say to my soul, thou hast much goods laid up for many years. Take thy ease, eat, drink, and be merry. But God said unto him, thou fool, this night thy soul shall be required of thee. Then whose shall those things be which thou hast provided?
Right. So you people that got all this stuff laid up or thinking that you straight, I got this in my house. A lot of that stuff is going to be for the elect, man. All right? The Lord is going to require your life. All right? This shit's going to be burned the hell up ultimately at the end of the day.
Right.
Got more to it?
It says, so is he that layeth up his treasures for himself is not rich towards God.
Right? You doing something carnal is going to have what? A carnal outcome.
Yep.
It's going to have a carnal outcome.
That's right.
When we're putting something spiritually, all right, lay up thy treasures in heaven, it's going to have an everlasting outcome. That's what we're looking at, the big picture. You can only see a small sliver with what you're dealing with. All right? That's pretty much the point. We gotta wrap it up. Just for me. Go ahead, close it out.
All right, so, hey, with that, we First of all, we want to hope that was edifying. We're going to be wrapping it up by going and saying, we're going to send all praises, honor, and glory out to
Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahushai Ba'Shem, HaKadosh.
The apostles and elders of GMS out of New York. Again, we send double honors. They do real well. The brother around the world pushes truth uncut, unfiltered. Salutations for the rest of the world. For the elect, Hadi Shalom. For the rest of the world, Abba Ball.
Baba.